Students, we are discussing microbes as biofertilizers, right? Microbes as biofertilizers. Microbes as biofertilizers. What are the main sources of biofertilizers? Bacteria, cyanobacteria and fungi. We completed bacteria and we are discussing cyanobacteria, right? Therefore, we are discussing number 2, cyanobacterial biofertilizers. Cyanobacterial biofertilizers. In cyanobacteria, nitrogen fixation takes place in specialized cells. Which fixation? Nitrogen fixation. Where it takes place? In specialized cells called as what? Heterocyst. Right. Therefore, in what's cyanobacteria? In cyanobacteria, nitrogen fixation takes place in specialized cells. Sir, what are the specialized cells called as heterocyst? What are they called as heterocyst? If you take a cyanobacteria, what? Cyanobacteria, right? A cyanobacteria may be with heterocyst or without heterocyst. If a cyanobacteria is with heterocyst, a cyanobacteria is with what, sir? Heterocyst, then that cyanobacteria is called as a heterocystous form. What it is called as a heterocystous form. Is it okay? Right. Now, if a cyanobacteria is without heterocyst, we are calling that cyanobacteria as a non-heterocystous. Non-heterocystous forms. Heterocystous forms, best example is a nostoc, and second one is a Anabaena, right? Nostoc and Anabaena, these two are heterocystous forms. Now go for non-heterocystous forms. Non-heterocystous forms example is a Oscillatoria. What is the example for non-heterocystous forms? Oscillatoria. Oscillatoria is a non-heterocystous form. Whereas nostoc and Anabaena, these two are what, sir? Heterocystous forms. Is this statements okay? Right. Now listen here. A cyanobacteria can fix nitrogen either in free living form or in symbiotic forms. Can fix nitrogen either in free living forms or in symbiotic forms. Who, sir? Cyanobacteria. Now listen here. Cyanobacteria, right? Cyanobacteria can fix nitrogen. Cyanobacteria can fix nitrogen either in which forms are free living form or in symbiotic forms. Either in which forms? Free living forms or in symbiotic forms. Is it okay? Go for the first case. What's our free living forms? Best example, number 1, nostoc. What it is? Nostoc. Second one is Anabaena. What it is? Anabaena. And third one is Aulocera. What is the third one? Aulocera. Therefore, nostoc, Anabina and Aulosira, right? These three are cyanobacterial members which can fix nitrogen in free living forms. Is it okay? Right? Now listen here. Most active nitrogen fixer, most active photosynthetic nitrogen fixer in rice fields of India is Aulosira. Therefore, Aulosira is the most active photosynthetic nitrogen fixer. What? Photosynthetic nitrogen fixer. Yakada? Where? In rice fields of India. Is it okay? Therefore, Aulosira is the most active photosynthetic nitrogen fixer in rice fields of India. Is this statement clear? Right. Now go for symbiotic forms. Which forms are symbiotic forms? Now listen here. Number 1. Go for first example for symbiotic forms. Nostoc. What it is? Nostoc. Sir, where this Nostoc is present, sir? Nostoc present in thallus. Nostoc present in thallus of Anthoceras. Nostoc is present in the thallus of what, sir? Anthoceras. We already read in first year. This Anthoceras comes under Anthoceratopsida. What is the common name of Anthoceratopsida? Class hornworts. Which words, sir? Hornworts. Hornworts comes under bryophytes. I am not saying bryopsida. I am saying bryophytes. Is it okay? Right. Therefore, Nostoc present in thallus of what, sir? Anthoceras. This Anthoceras is a what? Bryophyte. Anthoceras is a bryophyte. It is a bryophyte. Now go for second example. Take Anabina. What it is? Anabina. Anabina present in leaves of azolla. Leaves of what, sir? Azolla. Leaves of azolla. In first year, we read that this azolla is a water fern, right? Say water fern. Sir, fern means what, sir? F-E-R-N. What is the meaning of fern? Advanced pteridophytes. Therefore, azolla is a pteridophyte. Azolla is a what, sir? Pteridophyte. It is a pteridophyte. Is it okay? Right. Next, go for number 3, third example. Nostoc and Anabina. Nostoc and Anabina both are present in the coralloid roots of cycas. In first year we read this statement. Nostoc and Anabina present in what, sir? Present in middle cortex. Present in middle cortex of coralloid roots of which plants, sir? Cycas. Coralloid roots of what, sir? Cycas. Which roots? Coralloid roots of which plant? Cycas. Sir, cycas is a gymnosperm. Cycas is a gymnosperm. Cycas is a gymnosperm. Is this statement clear? Okay. Now listen this statement. Sir, Nostoc and Anabina, they are present in where? Present in coralloid roots of cycas. Cycas is a gymnosperm. Sir, here we discussed 3 examples concerned to symbiotic condition, right? First one is Nostoc. Nostoc is a cyanobacteria where it is present in the thallus of Anthoceras. Anthoceras is a bryophyte. Number 2, Anabina, present in the leaves of azolla. Azolla is a water fern. It means it is a pteridophyte. Right. Next, number 3, Nostoc and Anabina present in cycas coralloid roots. In cycas coralloid roots, where they are present, sir? In the middle cortex. So, middle cortex. So what middle cortex was called as a algal zone. Which cortex is named as algal zone? Middle cortex. Of which roots? Coralloid roots. Of which plant? Cycas. Why, sir? Due to the presence of a blue-green algae. Due to the presence of blue-green algae, which is now called as cyanobacteria. What and what? Nostoc and Anabina present in middle cortex of coralloid roots of Cycas. So middle cortex of coralloid roots of Cycas is called as which zone, sir? Algal zone. Middle cortex of Cycas coralloid roots is called as algal zone due to the presence of blue-green algae such as Nostoc and what, sir? Anabina. Nostoc and Anabina. Sir, bryophytes and pteridophytes, they comes under cryptogams. Yes or no? What and what? Bryophytes, pteridophytes, they are cryptogams, whereas gymnosperms are phanerogams. Gymnosperms are phanerogams. Be careful with this statement. Bryophytes and pteridophytes, they are cryptogams, whereas gymnosperms comes under phanerogams. Gymnosperms comes under phanerogams. Sir, can we use azolla as a biofertilizer? Yes. Why, sir? Due to the presence of Anabina in its leaves. Due to the presence of Anabina in its leaves, azolla can be used as biofertilizer. So what makes azolla to use as a biofertilizer, sir? Presence of Anabina in its leaves. Is this statement okay? Right. Therefore, presence of what? Presence of Anabina. Presence of Anabina, right, in the what? In the leaves of azolla. Azolla can be used as a biofertilizer. What can be used as biofertilizer? Azolla can be used as biofertilizer due to the presence of what, sir? Anabina. Is this statement okay? Right. Now listen the statement. Sir, Nostoc and Anabina, they fixes nitrogen in free living condition or in symbiotic condition? Both. Nostoc and Anabina, they can fix nitrogen, right, in free living condition as well as in symbiotic condition. What and what? Nostoc and Anabina. Is it clear? What and what? Nostoc and Anabina. Nostoc and Anabina can fix nitrogen in free living and symbiotic conditions. Can fix nitrogen in free living as well as in which conditions? Symbiotic conditions. Is this statements okay? Right. This is concerned to cyanobacterial biofertilizers. This is concerned to cyanobacterial biofertilizers. Now go for number 3, fungi. Fungi as biofertilizer. Fungal biofertilizers. Go for fungal biofertilizers. Number 3. Fungal biofertilizers. Sir, fungi, is it prokaryotic or eukaryotic, sir? Eukaryotic. Fungi is eukaryotic. Sir, fungi autotrophic or heterotrophic? It is heterotrophic. Fungi is heterotrophic. Sir, is it photosynthetic or non-photosynthetic, sir? Non-photosynthetic. Fungi is a non-photosynthetic. Sir, we are discussing about fungal biofertilizers. Therefore, fungal biofertilizers are eukaryotic, they are heterotrophic, they are non-photosynthetic biofertilizers. Non-photosynthetic biofertilizers, non-photosynthetic biofertilizers. Now, listen this statement. Fungi, they forms symbiotic associations with the roots of higher vesicular plants. Fungi forms symbiotic associations with the roots of higher vesicular plants. What is this association called as a mycorrhiza? What is this association called as a mycorrhiza? Mycorrhiza. Sir, what is the meaning of mycorrhiza, sir? Myco means fungi, rhiza means root. Therefore, association of fungi with roots of higher vesicular plants is called as mycorrhiza. Myco stands for fungi, rhiza stands for root. Therefore, mycorrhiza means what, sir? Association. Association of fungi with what? Association of fungi with roots of higher vesicular plants. What is associated? Fungi with what, sir? With roots of higher vesicular plants. This is called as what? Mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza is an example for symbiosis, right? Mycorrhiza is an example for what, sir? Symbiosis is an example for symbiosis. Mycorrhiza is of how many types? 2 types. Mycorrhiza is of how many types? 2 types. Mycorrhiza is of 2 types. Sir, what are the 2 types of mycorrhiza, sir? Ectomycorrhiza and second one is endomycorrhiza. What and what? Ectomycorrhiza and second one is endomycorrhiza. Endomycorrhiza. Is it okay? Therefore, mycorrhiza is of how many types, sir? 2 types. What are the first one? Ectomycorrhiza. Name itself indicates. Myco means fungi, rhiza means root, ecto means on. Therefore, fungi. What is the body of fungi called as? Mycelium. Therefore, fungal mycelium, where it is present? On the surface of the root. Fungal mycelium is present on the surface of the root. Therefore, ectomycorrhiza. What? Fungal mycelium. Fungal mycelium on root surface. Fungal mycelium is present on root surface. Now go for endomycorrhiza. Sir, endo, inside, right? Therefore, fungal mycelium. What? Fungal mycelium. Fungal mycelium, where it is present, sir? Fungal mycelium present inside the root. Where is the fungal mycelium, sir? Inside the root. That is endomycorrhiza. Is it okay? A genus of fungi by name, glomus. Therefore, glomus is one of the genus in fungi. Many members of genus glomus. It forms which mycorrhiza? Endomycorrhiza. This statement is important. Many members of genus, what, sir? Glomus forms what, sir? Endomycorrhiza. Forms endomycorrhiza. Forms endomycorrhiza. Is it okay? Right. Sir, what is another name for endomycorrhiza? What is another name for endomycorrhiza? Endomycorrhiza is also called as a endomycorrhiza. Endomycorrhiza is also called as a, right, vesicular or vascular mycorrhiza. What is another name for endomycorrhiza? Vesicular or vascular mycorrhiza. So in shortcut we can write it as a VAM, vesicular or vascular mycorrhiza. It is also named as orbescular mycorrhiza. What is another name for, right, what is another name for endomycorrhiza? Vesicular or vascular mycorrhiza, right, or orbescular mycorrhiza. Sir, why it is called as vesicular or vascular mycorrhiza? As this fungi produces vesicles and orbescules. What fungi produces? Vesicles and orbescules. Where, sir? Inside the root of the plant. Inside the root of the plant, fungi produces vesicles and orbescules. So this endomycorrhiza is also called as vesicular or vascular mycorrhiza. Production of orbescules is mandatory, compulsion. It means endomycorrhiza produces orbescules compulsorily. That's why it is also named as what, sir? Orbescular mycorrhiza is also called as orbescular mycorrhiza. Discussing fungal biofertilizers, right? What? Fungal biofertilizers. Now listen here, this glomus is a fungi, right? Sir, what is the use of this glomus to the plant? What is the use of this glomus to the plant? This glomus, there is nothing but what, sir? Fungi, right? What it does? Number one, facilitates phosphorus absorption. What absorption? Phosphorus absorption by plant. Sir, phosphorus is a macro element. Phosphorus is which element, sir? It is a macro element. Phosphorus is a macro element. Is it okay? This glomus glomus facilitates phosphorus absorption by plant. Number two, second one, it provides resistance to root-borne pathogens. Therefore, gives resistance. Gives what, sir? Resistance against what? Root-borne pathogens. Sir, what is the meaning of root-borne pathogens, sir? The pathogens which enters into the plant through roots. What enters? Pathogens. Through what? Roots. What are the pathogens called as? Root-borne pathogens. Right. This glomus, it gives resistance against root-borne pathogens. Right. Next, number three. Gives tolerance. Gives tolerance. Gives tolerance against drought and salinity. Is it okay? Gives tolerance against salinity and drought. Next, number 4. Helps in overall growth and development of the plant. Helps in what, sir? Overall growth. Helps in overall growth and development. Helps in overall growth and development of what, sir? Plant. Helps in overall growth and development of the plant. Now listen this statement. Sir, is this glomus photosynthetic? No, it's non-photosynthetic. Is it prokaryotic? No, it's eukaryotic. Is it fixing nitrogen? No. Then what it is doing? It facilitates phosphorus absorption by the plant. Facilitates phosphorus absorption by the plant. Therefore, should be careful. This glomus, no doubt it is a biofertilizer. No doubt it is a biofertilizer, but it is a non-photosynthetic, right? It is non-photosynthetic. It's non-photosynthetic. It's a heterotrophic. It's heterotrophic, right? It's eukaryotic. Eukaryotic biofertilizer. Is this statements okay? Right? Now listen this statement carefully. Sir, glomus, right? It is an example for mycorrhiza. Right? Which mycorrhiza? Endomycorrhiza. Which mycorrhiza? Endomycorrhiza. Sir, endomycorrhiza is an example for, right, symbiosis. Yes or no? What is the meaning of symbiosis? Mutual beneficial association between two living organisms. Mutual beneficial association between two living organisms is called as a symbiosis. Right? Sir, here fungi is giving these benefits to the plant. Yes or no? Fungi is providing these benefits to the plant. In turn, what fungi gets from the plant, sir? Number one, fungi, right, it gets food from the plant, it gets shelter from the plant. Therefore, fungi, what it is getting from the plant, sir? Fungi gets food and shelter from the plant. It means here fungi is benefited, the host plant is benefited. That's why we are calling this association as a symbiosis. Is this statement okay? Therefore, fungi gets what and what? Fungi gets what and what from the host plant, sir? Gets food and shelter from the host plant. This is concerned to which fertilizers, sir? Fungal biofertilizers, right? Now, listen this statement. Currently, in India, many biofertilizers are available. Many biofertilizers are available in market. Farmers uses these biofertilizers. Farmers uses this biofertilizers. Farmers uses this biofertilizers. Farmers uses these biofertilizers to replenish soil nutrients. To replenish soil nutrients and reduce the usage of chemical fertilizers. Reduce usage of what? Chemical fertilizers. See this statement. In our country, at present, many biofertilizers are available. What farmers are doing? They are using these biofertilizers. Why they are using these biofertilizers? To replenish the soil nutrients. It means the nutrients which are removed by the plants, that nutrients are again supplied to the soil. Again supplied to the soil. The nutrients which are removed by the plant from the soil. Who is removing the nutrients? Plant. From where? Soil. Such nutrients are again supplied to the soil by the use of these biofertilizers. As usage of biofertilizers increases, automatically the dependence of farmer on chemical fertilizers, what happens? Decreases. Therefore, reducing the usage of what, sir? Chemical fertilizers. Reducing the usage of chemical fertilizers. Is this statements okay? Right? Therefore, this is concerned to microbes as what, sir? Biocontrol agents. Microbes as biocontrol agents. Now go for the next topic.